Hi, hello, and welcome back to PJs and Pages. I'm Danielle, and I read a lot of books and review them on my channel. I also do other bookish content like book hauls, unhauls, shopping vlogs, and reading vlogs. So if you like what you see and we seem to have similar tastes, please stick around. Or if we don't and you just like to hear me talk about books, stick around, subscribe, like, all of that stuff. And today what we're going to be doing is my very short, embarrassingly short March wrap up, because I experienced like the worst book slump I've experienced in a while, like probably since Fourth Wing. So it's been a year since I've experienced a book slump like this. Not sure entirely what caused it. Maybe my life just got chaotic. And then, yeah, that's the other thing, is that my life is chaotic right now. So the only time I'm able to read is at night, after my son goes to bed, and on my Kindle. So physical books have been almost non-existent for me. All that to be said, I read a total of 4 books this month. 4. One of them physical, 3 of them on my Kindle. So I'm going to take you through those books, and yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So the first book that I finished was The Enchanted Hacienda by J.C. Cervantes. This is one I checked out from my local library, and it was absolutely wonderful. I don't see anybody talk about this, but basically it's like an adult Encanto meets like practical magic, kind of. It's very romance forward for sure. But the family reminds me of the family from Encanto, and a little bit like the family from Practical Magic. You've got a similar situation happening as with what happened in Encanto, but the romance is much more like Practical Magic. That's why I say it's like a mix between the two. This one is about Harlow Estrada, who is fired from her dream job and her boyfriend dumps her. So she flees New York to her family home in Mexico, this like Enchanted Hacienda Estrada that they live in. It's the family farm, and they farm flowers. So they are these like really crazy florists. But they're not just florists, because their flowers are enchanted. Their flowers are magic. So her mother, her sisters, her aunt, and cousins all have some kind of magical ability that has to do with flowers. And they harness the magic through the flowers, and they heal hearts, erase memories, interpret dreams. Every one of them except for Harlow. So her mother and aunt give her a special task involving the family's magic, and she panics because she's like, how could I possibly help the family with their magic when I have no magic myself? Valid. But she realizes that maybe magic is not what she is missing, but the belief in herself. When she finally embraces her unique gifts and opens her heart to a handsome stranger, she discovers she's far more powerful than she imagined. It is very cute book. I really enjoyed it. There was some miscommunication, but other than that, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. So here's a quote from it, because it is a little deeper than just the romance and the magic. Like I said, there's a little bit of a family drama happening. So here is a quote that I think is absolutely beautiful. She said that the mind doesn't know what the corazón knows, that it's the heart that carries all the memories, and that when we die, in the last breath, we see all the truths, we feel all the love, so that nothing is really left unknown. And that is something that her grandmother said before she died, which I thought was just so beautiful. This one says, everyone has to say goodbye eventually, but it's the time they spend together when they have each other that's what matters most. To remember the love, not the loss. So there is some depiction of dementia. There's a character in here who has dementia, and it's all about, and there's this ongoing theme about like, what do you do when you're losing someone? This really hit home for me right now, because we have some family that's going through some similar stuff. So yeah, this really hit home. Maybe definitely one of those, I picked it up at the right time. And it really, really just sparked something in my heart. And I love Encanto. If you love Encanto, I think you will love this. I really do. So the next thing that what I read on my Kindle, because it's not the next thing, it's just what I read. So while I was reading that, I was reading on my Kindle. I picked up the Murderbot Diaries series. It starts with All Systems Red, followed by Artificial Condition, and then I finished off with Rogue Protocol. So I read the first 3 novellas in that series. They're all very short, like 150, 200 pages, so they don't take too long to read. They are sci-fi, which is kind of like a newer thing for me, but I've been really feeling like I want a sci-fi story. So I picked these up and they're very accessible. I really, really enjoyed them. So Murderbot Diaries follows Murderbot, who is a security robot. So they have like weapons and stuff, and they're like known for being a little erratic or whatever. I don't know. The point is that Murderbot is a security robot who has hacked their governor protocol, something like that, and has basically become a sentient being. And they are in hiding because you can't be a robot and be sentient, because they will kill you. They will lock you down and take you apart and all of that. So they are currently in hiding. And they are just the funniest creature, whatever. They are the funniest. They are sarcastic and witty. There's this dark humor to them. I really, really enjoyed their character, and it's basically a character study on this robot. But throughout the books, you go on adventures with Murderbot, basically, as they're trying to heal themselves internally, psychologically, whatever. One of the things I really loved about it was the other robots that they meet along the way, because Murderbot thinks they're the only sentient one. I have a theory that they are not, but based off of the robots that they have met. So in the second one, there's this sentient ship who also likes to watch. So one of the Murderbot's things that's hilarious is that they are addicted to soap operas, and the ship also likes to watch soap operas. And then in the third one, you meet this robot named Mickey, who is just like a personal robot, just kind of like a personal assistant type thing. And they are very infantilized. They're just so cute. Like, oh my god, it was just the cutest character ever. So yeah, so you get to meet all these other robot characters that also have their own very distinct personalities, and it's just so much fun. It really is. I'm really enjoying following along on Murderbot's story. There is an underlying mystery element, because in the first book, there's this company that's trying to, or something is, what, I can't remember exactly what was happening. Something is trying to kill the people that Murderbot is trying to protect, and basically Murderbot goes on this investigation of why they set out to kill them and all of this stuff. So that's Murderbot. It's very enjoyable, highly recommended. The first one was a 5-star read for me. The second one was a 4-star. The third one, I don't want to say it's a 5-star because it didn't give me a 5-star feeling, but I think it was like a 4.75, really close to a 5-star. It's so close. It just wasn't quite a 5-star for me. I know I'm being nitpicky, but it just wasn't. It didn't have quite the same punch that the first book did. And as for the Enchanted Hacienda, this one was a 3.5-star read, which I know might seem a little low, but the way that I rate books, 3.5, it's a good book. 4 is highly recommend, and then 5 is can't stop thinking about it. So 3.5 is actually really good. It's, it's kind of I would recommend it. I don't know that it's for everyone. Magical realism is not for everyone, and also just love stories in general, not romance forward books. So, but I think it's a 3.5. I'm not obsessed with it, but I did really enjoy reading it. It got me out of my reading slump, and I'm grateful to it for that. So yeah, 3.5-star, 5-star, 4-star, and a 4.75-star. It may have been a slow reading month, but it was a good reading month. Now, I am also currently reading Heir of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. I am about halfway, actually I'm a little bit further than that now because I've been reading on my Kindle. So I am actually around about here. Oop. I'm actually about here. So I am over halfway through with it, just a little bit over halfway through with it. I am really enjoying this. It's a long, chunky book though, and like I said, I have not been able to read physical books the way that I want to. It's been taking me a really long time to get through them. We've just been so busy during the day when I can read physical books because, you know, light and whatnot. So I am reading Heir of Fire. I am enjoying it. I am continuing with my spoilery reading blog for that one, recording for that. And I will hopefully be getting, I might split it into two because it's looking like it's going to be really long. So I might go ahead and when I finish this one, upload the first half of the series and then do the second half of the series as a separate vlog. But yeah, I did get a good chunk of the way through that this month. One of the things that put me in a slump was this book, and I got more than halfway through it. It's Empire of the Vampire by Jay Kristoff. So I was working through that this month also. I made it 430 pages. I mean, I basically made it a whole book through. So if we want to count how many books I read, if we count half of Heir of Fire and half of this one, I read a whole other book. But yeah, I decided to put this one on pause because I just wasn't feeling it at the moment. I'm really enjoying it. I like the writing style. I like the story. I want to come back to it when I'm in the right headspace for it. So this one I am putting down, and I will pick it back up hopefully later this year and finish it later this year. So yeah, those are the books that I read this month. If you have any suggestions for books that you would like to see me read, please leave them in the comments down below. I'm always looking to add to my TBR. And yeah, this has been lovely, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.